Hey everyone, congratulations, you've made it to week 4. By this point, your posture should be impeccable. Your friends should be noticing, hey, you're standing up straight, you look fantastic. Most importantly though, you should be feeling the benefit and effect of this active position and better movement. Over the course of this week, what we're going to be working on is a progression of our stretch in the foam roll, a progression of our squat exercise, and thirdly, and most importantly, how do we make this a lifestyle? How do we take this protocol, burn it into our mind, into our life, everyday movement, everyday position, so that we can get out of this excessive kyphosis and maximize our quality of life through good position and good movement. Because when we do this, we minimize musculoskeletal, which is the stress and strain on those muscles and joints. We minimize that strain, we minimize that pain and dysfunction that are associated with poor posture and poor movement. So by correcting these things, by making our posture active, making our movements active and thought through, we can maximize our quality of life. Alright, homework piece number 1 in week 4. We're going to be adding what's called a contract relax of the abdominal musculature into our foam roll stretch. So when we're on the foam roll, remembering at this point in the protocol, your head should be much closer to the foam roll. Ideally, it's on the foam roll at this point. We don't need the books anymore, I'm hoping. Your arms should be, instead of at 90 degrees, progress to that full overhead position. If you're not quite there yet, that's okay, as long as we're progressing towards the upright position. So we're going to add in a contraction of the trunk musculature. So what we're going to be doing with our arms overhead, this is going to be for 5 minutes every day. We're going to be contracting the trunk muscles, pinning them down, holding it for 5 seconds, and then letting it go. If you're having a hard time contracting the muscles, think about exhaling. So take a big breath in, and then exhale, blow out all the air you can. You'll feel the rib cage pin down as those muscles are contracting. What that does, as I pin my rib cage down, that's going to intensify the stretch and pull across the front of the chest. So we're doing 2 things here. We're strengthening our trunk muscles, the abdominal musculature, and we're also mobilizing or lengthening the muscle across the front of the chest even more. So total time is 5 minutes for the stretch, and we're going to hold each contraction of the trunk muscles for 5 seconds. So I'm in my position, I'm going to contract and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, let it go for 5 seconds, and then back on, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it go. What's going to happen is we're going to increase the mobility across the front of the chest, and you should be able to get your arms a little bit higher after each contraction. Alright, so again, that's going to be for 5 minutes every day, contracting those trunk muscles for 5 seconds, relaxing them for 5 seconds. Alright, homework piece number 2. This week we're going to be progressing our squat. We're going to be doing something called a wall squat. We're just raising the stakes and making this exercise more challenging. I don't want you to progress to this exercise unless you're feeling comfortable with squatting to the chair. So when you feel like, hey, I got that down, no problem, we're going to progress to the wall squat. The mechanics are going to stay the same. The only difference is we're going to be facing the wall as we're squatting. What this is going to do is make us bring the arms up higher, which forces you to contract the musculature along the spine and between the shoulders more forcefully, which will help us then and promote that active upright position. Basically, we're getting your back and shoulders stronger so that during the rest of your day it's easier to maintain that upright posture. So what does it look like? We're going to start with our foot about 1.5 feet away from the wall. Same setup. My feet are outside shoulder width. I'm going to be leading with the hips. Keep body weight on the heels, my knees are wide, and I'm pressing my arms up. So the rule with the squat is your hands can't touch the wall. All right, and then I'll stand back up. So if you can do 5 of those reps, without touching the wall. And depth for the squat, you want your hip to line up with the knee. Keeping in mind, we don't want to be experiencing any joint pain. So if you're getting knee pain or hip pain, go as far as you can before the symptoms start, okay? Ideally though, our hip will be at or just below the knee. And we're gonna stand back up. If you can do that, no problem. The progression for this exercise is to walk your feet closer to the wall. So I'll take a step in, and it's easy for me to monitor progress because there are floorboards here. You can just sort of measure or eyeball how far you are from the wall. So let's see how this one looks. So again, I'm gonna lead with the hips, pressure on the heels, knees are wide, and I'm pressing my arms up. Now this position for me, I can feel the muscles in my mid-back contracting much more aggressively as I'm squatting. The goal for the wall squat is to have your feet, actually your toes actually touching the wall, but nothing else touches the wall. So let's see if I can do it. So my toes are touching the wall. Again, I'm going to lead with the hips, pressure on the heels, keep the knees wide. This is really hard at the bottom position. Lock out the elbows, back up. There it is. That's a full depth wall squat. So guys, same repetitions, okay? 3 sets of 5 reps each day. As you get better, work yourself in closer and closer to the wall, and you're really going to feel the muscles along your back and shoulders working for this one. All right guys, homework piece number 3, week 4. This is the most important principle over the course of this whole protocol, is you have to make this a lifestyle, a way of life. That means we're thinking about what position are we in when we're standing, what position are we in when we're sitting, or we're using our phone, at our computer desk, in the car. The more you do this, the more you're gonna get that feeling of more energy. We're gonna eliminate, mechanical headaches, shoulder pain, all this stuff associated with that passive position. We want our posture to be active. That means we've made the choice to maximize our quality of life through good position and good movement. Embrace that lifestyle. You have the tools and movements now to make it happen. I'm Eric Wood Solomon, and keep those shoulders active.